Okay, so we're taking the Korvold Brawl deck and we're turning it into a commander deck. I already went through in the first video. All these videos are always on a playlist if you randomly landed on this video. And so this is the Korvold deck, non-lands. I've already gone through them and I've already made a bunch of selections that I think would make it to the 60. The Korvold deck comes with 35, so we're picking 25 cards. All right, and so I'm gonna count. The count that counts: 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 25. So I gotta get rid of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gotta get rid of 10. All right, and so what I'm gonna do is go into Korvold and count. So I gotta get rid of 10. I gotta remember that number because sometimes I mess my piles up. How many creatures do I have? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 23. I have 23 creatures, so I need really like 17. How many creatures do I have in here? 4, 8, 12, 16. 16. So that means that I'm not getting rid of any creatures, and where I'm doing my 10 subtractions is all on the non-creatures. Well, that makes it really simple. So yeah, I think so. I had 23 creatures, right? So 26, 30, 34, 38, 39. I can live with 39 creatures, but I could live with 40. Is there a creature that I passed on that I really like? Okay, that I think is really good. That's like, it would have been nice to pick it up. Maybe like a flyer. That I turned down a flyer or a good card. That would have been really nice. This would have been a really nice one because it's a flyer, but I'm not gaining life in this deck. Is there anything? I mean, this guy comes to mind, and this guy comes to mind. And then these are non-creatures, which I already know I'm going to weed out like crazy. I mean, I'm on Jund, I'm on creatures. I want to do stuff. 5/4/4, remove a counter, deal 2 damage. 4/4/3. How am I doing on my curve is what I want to know. So these guys are all in. 1 drop, 1 drop, another 1 drop, 4 1-drops, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5. I think I want to pick a 5-drop. I'm a little, well, Korvold is a 5-drop. I've got no 1-drops coming in from the deck, from the pre-built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm gonna take them both and go for 41. How's that? Yeah. We're in Jund. I really want to have a good suite of creatures. So why not? Yeah. I'm gonna say that these are all in. And this guy is with the 4-drops. And I'm going to do yet another count just to make sure that I have 41 creatures. 4, 8, 12, 16, 18. So I'm putting in 18, and Korvold's coming in with 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, and 41. So now I'm going for 19 non-creatures, and I said Korvold came in with 4, 8, 12. So I'm picking 7 non-creatures. So these guys are in. Okay, and I'm just going to go through what I picked. So this guy comes out of the graveyard. That's very good. Helps my amass. comes out of the graveyard, kicks butt, counter. Can create a very nice environment where I'm sacking and creating copies of this guy. Gives me tokens that I can sack. Helps me dig out of the graveyard. Gives counters to my noobs that land. I need even a bad flyer is going to help in this deck. And another amass enabler. More kicking butt. More kicking butt with potentially destroying things. Proliferate, amass, flyer, maybe the food tokens I can do something with, counters, and then turn counters into pinging. Yeah, so that's good. So then now I'm gonna go into 7 non-creatures from the pile that I said, I'll think about them later, and I've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 7. Oh wait, there was a creature in here. I messed up. Yep, there was a creature in here. Do I need this guy? And I think I do. So that's a boo-boo, because I want this guy in. And what did I had the decision between this guy and that guy. And I think we're in Commander. So if we are in Commander and I want to stick to my 41 creatures and I want to have something on the high end, I think I'm going to pick the 5-drop over the 4-drop, even though I can destroy. Because the pinging, I think, is going to help. And I can ping anytime I want, right? As long as I have a counter. So yeah, so this guy is out. And this guy is in. I need a big flyer, even if it's one that came from a lousy toolkit. Yep. Okay, so those are the creatures. And I said we're picking 7. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And yes. This is really good, but this is even better. And this is pretty good. So I have 4, 8, 10. So I still have to get rid of 3 here. But what I'm going to do is go through the ones that I didn't pick and the ones that I picked, just to be clear that we did the right fork in the road. These are all very nice, but I only need 7. And yeah, I like that, but I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, I can get things out of the graveyard, but I've got other ways of doing that. It's better for a creature to reanimate itself than for it to require another card to get it out. And I have other destroyers. This would have been really nice, but so would the other 10,000 other cards that could be in this deck. It would have been really nice. I mean, it draws you 2 cards, but it would have been nice. And this would have been nice too. And Spectacle is awesome, but I'm just not. I gotta be super picky. So those are out. And then I really have to hit a flyer every now and then, and I really have to do this, and I really have to do this card, and I have to draw. And I have to proliferate, and I have to amass, and I have to bring something from the graveyard. And how much do I really want this lovely card? The answer is, it doesn't make the count, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have our deck. That's it. And so I'll do a final crossing through and saying, well, this is not in, this is not in, and this is not in, even though they're very good cards, but I've got to really be very picky. Of course, it's also true that I'm keeping Korvold as is. And that means that whatever gets in was already came in with that number of 25. Yeah, came in with that number of 25. So this is fantastic because I can sack at will, and then I can reanimate. Amass, and this gives me an ability to swipe the board if I have been swiped. or if all I have is my amass token left. Proliferate is fantastic. I need to draw some cards. I need to destroy target permanent. That's way better than destroying target creature. That's why this card is it's a money card. I want to use this trick, and I want to hit flyers. So there's your deck. That's what I'm adding. And just to verify, I'm going to say how I added 25 cards to the deck, which is what I should have added. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 25. Yeah, so that is your 25 additions to Korvold to finish it off from a Brawl deck into a Commander deck while leaving Korvold intact. Korvold, the deck itself will not enter Selection 1, but I will use Korvold for additional builds later, just not any of the cards that came with Korvold. For now, I may change my mind. We'll see. Okay, and then in the next video, I'll crack some packs into Selection 1. Oh, and I'll talk about the mana base. Actually, how about I do it here? I have time. It's not going to be a very long discussion anyways. Okay, so the Korvold mana base, an Evolving Wilds, a Shockland, which is great, and a Temple. Okay. And then sack it, draw a card. Yeah, late game. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then your obligatory 3-drop, 2-color, 3 cards for the guild. I mean, I'm sorry, for the shard, for Jund. 1, 2, and 3. And then the guild gates for those, the guilds that go into this shard. And then a command tower. And then basic lands. Okay, that's the mana base that this deck comes with. Now, the cards in Selection 1 that can be added are Gateway Plaza. I would add it. Take out one of the basic lands. And then I have these other cards from Throne of Eldraine. So it can enter untapped only if you control 3 or more swamps, 3 or more mountains, 3 or more forests. And then the rare land, it's going to enter untapped most of the time because you just drop it after you drop a mountain. And it's just a mountain except for you say 1 red, creatures you control get +1/+0. So I'm going to put it in for sure. Now, I am not a huge fan of these types of cards. They usually mess up your mana base. I love to include them, but I love to get them out as more than I love to include them. So I usually include them in an early build, play them, and then decide, you know, I just need a swamp, okay? How about I get a swamp? So I'm going to say of these 3, I would not put all 3. I wouldn't. Even in a commander deck, and you guys can disagree with me. I'm not I'm just some dude. What do I know? So of these 3, I would pick just 1 and put and not put the other 2. Target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. I need that a lot. I don't need tokens. I don't care about that. And I could do without a food token. So I would actually only put in these 3. And of the 3 colors that I have for the Jund shard, I would put the 1 that helps my graveyard only. Okay, so those are really what I would say are my 3 additions, and I'll be very careful. I would be very careful in this deck that doesn't have a ton of dual lands that enter untapped or can enter untapped. I would be very careful with how many I put in, and I think these are the only 3 that I would put in. Okay, so that's the mana base. I'll stop here and then crack some packs in the next video, which I love to do.